So I did a video talking about how the police force, for me, I think they are too small to defend this country because they are overstretched. For me, I think they are actually overstretched. Looking at the fact that the police is less than 1% of our population here in Nigeria. So somebody raised a very valid point, and he said that the police cannot be up to 1% or 10% of our population. That even in America, it does not happen. Okay, fine. Now, before I would go to the main topic of today, let me first of all tell you, in America, like you said, it's possible that their police is not up to 1% of the population. Possible, right? Very possible. FBI, sheriff, CIA, all of them, they might not be up to 1% of their population. But in America, you are licensed to use guns. You are licensed to use. Once you don't go, they check you, see say you know how to use them, you learn the train, you can get your license and you can defend yourself. And the first form of defense for any country is the community. If you get your own pew, for instance, and my neighbor gets, your neighbor gets, anything happening in the neighborhood, you guys will be able to do something before the arrival of the police. Do you get me? Before the arrival of the police, before the arrival of the military, you will be able to do something. But in a country where you don't allow people to have their own pew, like if somebody is holding gun now, in fact, if you hold them for car, they search you. They no go ask you whether you get license. You go first reach police station. Do you understand? Even this recent issue that happened, I heard the governor of Edo State told the vigilantes then to drop their guns. Now, where do you expect them to get security from? Knowing that the manpower of the police is very, very limited. Very, very, very limited. So if you are comparing us with America, it is very wrong. You can't compare us with America. America is very, very intentional about their security. You feel that your house now they sleep, somebody just touch your gate, the next thing you hear pew pew. Now listen to what this DSS boss said about security, and I think it was a summit, and they asked him what does he think about the security of the country and how things can get better. Listen to what this man said. 100% truthful analysis, undiluted, unbiased, and I agree with him 100%. Listen to it.
Mobilizing people is that you have to get everyone involved. You do not expect the Nigerian army, police, DSS to protect every Nigerian or every community. It is not going to work. In the US, if you visit someone in the house, you will be shocked that when the guy hears a police siren, he will just pull his drawer, bring out his gun and keep it. So one of my hosts did that, and I asked him, why are you putting gun here? He said, well, if they are chasing someone and he enters my house, I shoot him first. And that is the layer we have to start thinking about. How can you create first line of defense? The military, police, and other security agencies are to deal with the bigger ones, the organized ones. But it is impossible for us to deploy it to every community in the country. It is unimaginable that any security agencies has the resources to do it. So as we live here, we all belong to one community or the other. What we have to start experimenting is how we can make the community to prepare first, if the first line of defense for us. General Wahab said it clearly. And for me, there are 3 takeaways from his lecture. By the way, the general and I were guest speaker at one program in our office, so I'm not surprised that his dexterity. He has developed some sort of expertise in what he does. But 3 things for me. He asked us a question. What is our own culture? Our culture is communal. We do things together. Festival together. Ceremonies together. Wedding ceremony, whatever. So why can't we fight some miscreants, some charlatans, among us together. The community should say, you cannot come here. This is what Tafawa Balewa has done. If you go to that community to attack them, you'll be sorry for yourself. I challenge anybody to try it. And this is the way we have to do. We have to allow some level of armament for the communities, and they can serve as the first line of defense. Second takeaway from what the general said, all society approach is not the first time we are hearing. But what I'm saying, the way to do it is when we live here, those of us who have some influence, the elites in society, discuss with your communities, come to us, get some sort of approval and guidance, and then we can stop these criminals. You can imagine you call sector, let's say sector 4 or whatever, sector of the army, to come to this community if there's an attack. Before they even arrive there, if they attack another community, what happens? This is what we should take away from here. And lastly, he said something very instructive. By the way, I like Osman. He knows who to give time. Have you seen him around here? He has advised himself. So don't run into trouble like the CDS. Okay, so last thing he said to us, which is quite important, is that we should not make this another talk show. And that's why this is my intervention. That security starts from you. There's nothing that is new. 1870 something, I can't remember. The French Revolution, in the street of Paris, they were beheading people. We've had hijack of plane. We'll forget quickly. We've had the wet ear syndrome. We had so many. There's no Matasini and whatever. There will always be security problem. So when I hear people say this is security in Nigeria, as long as human beings exist, there will be security problem. The issue is the response. We have to take that mentality away. What is the security agencies doing? Who, apart from a tree, knows that they want to come and cut him and remain standing? Only a tree. We have to get the communities to rise and defend themselves first. And the time to start it is now. When you move out from here, I do that every day. I come from a village in Ijebu land, Ogun State, and I talk to my people. I know the level of armament they are entitled to. I know how they organize themselves in quarters. We have 4 quarters. I am using my expertise to guide them. You cannot wait for the military to come and do everything.
Now, you heard what the man said, right? You heard what the man said. The community has to be the first form of defense. If you want to join together, you want to join hands together to make the country grow. You want to join hands together to make the economy grow. You want to join hands together to make the healthcare go. Even if there's a pandemic now, for instance, you will tell the people, let us join hands together to eradicate this. Abi, you will tell them, okay, COVID-19 has come. Please wash your hands. Don't cough on somebody's face. Use a nose mask. Use this. Use that. You are bringing in the community to work with you. So why can't you bring in the community to work with you for security? Eh? You are talking about security issues now. Why can't you bring in the community to work with you? If you know that, you train them, do mental evaluation. This person no gets colo, train them, and you do all the pew will get their serial numbers registered in the police. I don't know how you people want to see it, though. I don't know how you people want to see it, but this is the fact. We cannot fold our hands and watch police that is less than 100,000 to come and defend the whole country. It is unbelievable. It is unexpectable. It cannot stand. It cannot work. Ask yourself now, for instance, if something, let me tell you what the police, the army, the DSS, let me tell you what those guys are there for. They are there for organized crime. If they see something is, some people are planning to do something, if a threat that is coming up and they're able to get it, that's what their job is for. They cannot come to everybody's house to protect you. Open your eyes and let us tell ourselves the truth. They cannot come to your house to come and protect you. Somebody call your house now, do go, 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 go. You can't they call police. Your house now to want to kidnap you and you're calling police. Do you think police will meet you? Why do you think most people will say, oh, I'm about to come in, we call police, before police reach there? Police cannot reach there early unless your house is very close. That is why you are expected to have your own form of security, which is either vigilante or community police. When you're not ready, it's the whole thing is clear. It's very easy. There is nothing difficult in it.